Last week I had an opportunity to go to AWS reInvent 2018 in Las Vegas. It was a great conference. There were 55,000 people there, and Amazon announced 32 new products. The one that I thought was the most interesting is the DeepRacer. And there's two reasons why I think the DeepRacer is the most interesting announcement of the conference. One is the concept of DeepRacer itself and advancing machine learning. And the second is the ability to use the DeepRacer as an IT leader to spur conversations in your organization about machine learning and innovation. One of the things I was able to do was get a DeepRacer at the event. I attended the workshop. One of the rewards for attending the workshop was to get a DeepRacer. Mine just showed up today in the mail, and I want to take an opportunity to do an unboxing of the DeepRacer and share that with you. So let's go ahead and open the box and have a look at what's inside. And the first thing you'll see is it comes with a what's in the box card, and that identifies all of the items that are in the box. Let's go ahead and take out the styrofoam padding on each side, and let's have a better look at what the car looks like in the box without the styrofoam padding. And I'm going to go ahead and try to gently pull this out of the box. There's some other styrofoam down at the bottom of the box that's holding the car in a little bit. There we go. So there is the DeepRacer. Fantastic. And let me show that also so you can see there's another compartment in the bottom of the box. So that looks like the accessories, the power supplies, the batteries, and some extra components. One of the things you can do with the DeepRacer is remove these pins, and you can decorate the body of your car. And that's also how you access the inside components of the car in order to be able to put the batteries in and put your USB in order to load your model. There were two other components that came with the car since I was at the conference. These were in separate little boxes that were given to us. And I actually brought these home in my backpack, so I'm not sure if they would normally come inside the box or not, but I believe this is the car battery and this is the car battery charger. One of the other things that I've noticed since we've taken the car out of the box is that there is a protective plastic coating over the car body. I'm not going to remove that right now, but just so you know, where you see some of these spots that look a little less than perfect, it's actually the protective covering. It's not that there are flaws in the car body at all. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. I'm going to take these clips off and let's see what the inner workings of this car look like. Okay, cool. This is actually the front of the car. So even though it looks like the normal front of a car would be here, where you would have good aerodynamics, it's actually the camera that's the front of the car. So once you train your car using a machine learning model, it uses the camera as the input, and it's that camera input that gets read or reacted to by the model. Let's take a look at the internals. The first thing it's obvious that you'll notice is the 4 megapixel camera. This is the front of the car. And obviously the camera is used to interpret the environment that the car's in. That input is fed to the model that you've downloaded to the car, and the model uses that input to direct the car, to keep it on the track, to adjust speed, and to react to the environment. Let's go ahead and take a look at the side of the car, and you'll see that there are some input ports here. There's an HDMI port. That's important because you can plug right into this. This is a fully functional computer running Ubuntu 16.4 LTS. There's a USB-C port for input as well, and then a power input. Go ahead and spin around to the back of the car. This clear plastic thing is an LED light bar. So once you get into the car and get into the Ubuntu operating system, you can go ahead and program the light bar however you want to flash different colors in different sequences or scenarios if you want to. This actually shows through the body of the car. It's transparent, this little area in the back of the car, so that you can have some fun with that. And let's turn one more time. And over here we'll see the power button, the reset button, And there is a micro SD card. So again, the ability to provide some additional storage or an opportunity to do input and output with the vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on its side now, because there are a couple of ports. There are a couple of USB 3 ports, one on either side of the camera right there. So again, additional ports to allow you to communicate with the car and with the operating system. I'm going to go ahead and put the body back on the DeepRacer, and then we'll talk for a couple of minutes about the business purpose and some of the things that we can do with the DeepRacer. You can see that it slides right back on there, and you just go ahead and put the clips back in. So when we first started having our discussion, I talked about 2 different perspectives for DeepRacer. There's the perspective that AWS has introduced, which is using the DeepRacer as an opportunity to learn machine learning, in particular reinforcement learning, and to get an introduction to AWS's suite of services around machine learning, including SageMaker, so that you can see how easy it is to do machine learning at scale and how anyone in the world with access to AWS services can do that. It's completely changed the competitive landscape globally. The other perspective, which I think is essential for IT leaders, is to take advantage of the opportunity to use DeepRacer as a catalyst for innovation in your organization. At the company I work for, this coming Thursday, we're going to hold a session talking about DeepRacer and talking about how we can use it to drive innovation in our company, and looking at some of the things that AWS has done in the introduction of DeepRacer that really drive innovation. Things like creating competition. There's nothing like competition anywhere in the world to get people thinking in new and different ways, to get their creative juices flowing, and to get them excited about creating and innovating. There's also the gamification component of what AWS has done with the DeepRacer. We all love to play games, so in addition to competition, gamification is really going to up the energy level. It's done it for me. In fact, that's why I'm doing this video so quickly, and that's why we're going to have an innovation session within just a few days in my organization to take full advantage of the launch of DeepRacer and see what we can do to help our digital transformation in our organization move forward as quickly as possible. I'm going to go ahead and do some other videos. This was a quick video today. An opportunity again to get hands-on this car. As we go forward, we'll take closer looks at how to enable machine learning, in particular reinforcement learning, using the Amazon suite of products. And we'll also talk about the type of success we're having using this as a catalyst to drive creative thinking and innovation in our organization. So go ahead and hit subscribe below so that you'll be notified of the future videos as we continue this series not only on DeepRacer, but on IT leadership and digital transformation.